again, everyone. Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at a Spanish ration. We have we've got a lunch menu. It's B menu 3, if I remember correctly. So it's anyway. We got a little bit different coding on those, but we've got let's see, December of 2019. I'm assuming that is our expiration date. And by God, it's NATO approved, so that's pretty cool. I have not tried one of these yet, so I'm interested to see kind of what we get. See if I can get a little Google Translate going. Just on some of that there. Huh. Yeah, okay, so it looks like that is the expiration date. Interesting. Okie dokie. So we do have some English here anyway. Hopefully we won't have a whole big translate-a-thon, because honestly that Google Translate can be not the greatest tool in the world. Sometimes it gives us some rather funny translations. So anyway, gonna go ahead and tear through the bag. Ooh, that has an interesting smell. Yeah, kind of a weird smell coming off the box, but anyway, I'm sure we're fine. So we've got this little box, kind of green in color on the outside. We've got okay, this looks like a little content packet. I'll be darned. Okay, so we have the whole thing right here in English as well, so we know exactly what we're gonna have, and instructions for heating. God, that smell really is off-putting. I'm wondering if something was opened. We'll get to it. All right, let's see here. So first up, we have soup. So just going on this bag of vegetable instant soup, so instant veggie soup. I'm sure that's going to be a nice sodium-a-thon. So here is the basically kind of like a toothpaste. And I think from my understanding in the breakfast menu there is a toothbrush. You guys can correct me, but if my understanding was correct, the whole point was in the breakfast it had the brush, and then in the lunch it had the toothpaste. Oh, you know what? I bet I know what stinks. It's probably these tabs. So you would have probably these fuel tabs. Maybe. I don't know. I can't really smell anything off that. Who knows? But anyway, we do have fuel tabs and should have a heater down in here somewhere. Let's start getting out some of our canned goods. Got a date on there, and this should be our, what is it, mackerel fillets. Pretty cool. And this is a tin of mackerel in brine. So some sort of like probably a pickled mackerel. Fairly common. Here's a book of matches. Red tip. We have a little tin here. We've got some pate. So let's read the instructions. Just says tin of pate. Let's see if maybe if I can translate. I want a pimenta. So maybe some sort of like pepper. Yeah, okay, pate to the pepper. So some sort of pate with I don't know. Sorry, sometimes I don't hold this very well. Pate to the pepper. Pal to the pepper. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, some sort of pepper pate, which is good. Oh, there's another fuel tablet. So there were a total of 3. Interesting. Let's see. We'll just go ahead and just grab the translate on that. See what I can. Oh wow, it doesn't want to pick that up. Good job, translator. Anyway, this one I believe should be our tin of pears. Yeah. Huh, that's strange. Translate will not pick that up, but yeah, this should be our tin of pears in syrup. I do like the cans. I think this is kind of cool. And this, let's see, carne vacuna and salsa. Okay. Meat of bovine in sauce. So it's beef in a sauce. Yeah, it just says in sauce. So, not sure exactly. That could just be, you know, just a canned meat. Just very standard canned meat. Let's see. We've got, I would assume these are our isotonic powders. And there are 4 packets of this. So yes, let's see, 4 bags isotonic powder with vitamin C. Okay, cool, cool. And let's see, what is this? This is gum. This is our little thing of gum. I like the little, I like the packaging. It's neat. Let's see here. I believe this is for your water disinfectant, or let me see here. Instant hand disinfectant? No. Yeah, this, okay, sorry, yeah, water purification tabs. That's what I meant to say, but yeah. So those are your water purification tabs, and then there you go. There's your hand disinfectant. So instead of a wet wipe, you get a little hand disinfectant and some tissue here and or toilet paper, depending on how you view that. And then finally, little foldable stove. So pretty cool. I'm very excited, but I'm already spotting this here. There is a lot to eat. There's a lot to eat here. I mean, you get a pretty solid, you know, you got your can of beef, you got your pears, you've got a full tin of mackerel, and then pate on top of it. Although that pate is not a huge package, the only thing I think I would miss is maybe a cracker. Some sort of cracker or a bread style product would be, in my opinion, pretty nice here, especially with the pate and the mackerel. So I might actually add some crackers just to this, just to have on top. But fairly decent sized meal just for lunch. I'd probably like save a few of these items for later, but there again, I don't generally like to sit and eat a ton in one sitting. But anyway, I'll stop yakking. I'm going to go ahead and heat up our meat and then get right back to it. We'll start tasting, so I'll see you in just a few seconds. Alrighty, and we're back here. Got everything on the tray. I have my beef in sauce heated up. I got a cup of hot water in my foreign MRE.com cup for my soup. And so yeah, let's kind of get it started here. And I think we'll just go ahead and start with the soup. So this is, what do we say this was? A vegetable soup. Ooh. Oh, it's clumpy. It's everywhere. Okay. All right. On a recent video, oh, good pal Sticky Fingers, he commented on a video I did where I had added some soup base to just this cup. He's like, man, I just recently did that. I don't know, was that pretty salty for you? I was like, yeah, it was salty. It was very salty. So anyway, this should be okay. A nice little creamy kind of color. You know, another thing I didn't really pick up on when I was unboxing, this doesn't come with a spoon, so I just grabbed a spoon. I think this was either this might have been out of the Russian ration I did recently, but no spoon. So that's, maybe in the breakfast one it has the spoon. Not sure. Let's go ahead and, we got this isotonic powder. Now, maybe some of you, because I didn't do a whole ton of research on this particular ration, But the isotonic powders, sometimes I've seen in comment sections for a couple of these where people say, oh yeah, well, you know, you're just supposed to just take those. Don't necessarily add water to them. That's not a lot of powder for one of those little packets, but we're gonna add water to it, and we'll kind of see what it comes out as. All right, let's add. I don't really know how much to add here, so I'm gonna just kind of do about half a mason jar. That's super official measurements, right? Yeah, whatever. We'll see what it comes out to. Okay, let's do pate. Let's open this pepper pate. I don't know about you guys, I'm actually a pretty big fan of pate for the most part. It can be pretty tasty. That's definitely very pink. Ooh, smells great. The last pate I had was a much lighter pink flavor. I think that might have been in the Russian ration. This is a much deeper pink. Open up our pears in syrup. There we go. And let's see if I can't just fish a couple of these out. Oh, those are like halves, like the full halves of pears there, aren't they? Yeah, there we go. Nice pear. Looks like there's about 4 in there, so we'll leave this one here, and then I'll just for presentation's sake, and I'll get the rest of those here after a little bit. Okay, and then finally into our mackerel. That's oil. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is getting messy. There we go. Getting messy. There we are. So pretty packed there with oil. Vinegar sort of smell. Now I know a lot of people are not huge fan of canned fish. For me, I can take it or leave it. It's not bad, but I'm interested to try. It's actually one of the reasons why I chose this particular menu. You know, just to see what it would taste like out of a ration. And then finally we have our beef. Can's still pretty hot. And there we go. Some juices going on. There we go. So yeah, nice little bit of beef. Okie dokie. So that's basically it that came with the ration. Now, I do have a couple of packs of crackers. I'm probably going to get these out just for the pate. Obviously not mandatory to have crackers, and these are super crumbly. but yeah, I'm gonna employ the use of crackers on a few of these. I'll taste them without and with, and then once I kind of get through eating and get into really eating stuff, I'll more than likely employ the crackers. Anyway, let's go ahead and I'm gonna start with the vegetable soup. Actually thickened a little bit. So it's definitely not exactly water consistency. Let's go ahead and try that. Let's see. The smell is not necessarily what I would say is the most appetizing smell. Kind of smells sort of artificial. I guess. Or very, like it's been in the bag too long, maybe. Taste-wise, not super salty. Kind of, it just sort of tastes like a bouillon cube, you know, you put in water. But it seems like maybe there was some bread added in there too, so like a crouton. At least that's what I'm thinking the things on the top are. It's not bad, but it's a little oily. And it's a little artificial tasting. So we'll leave it at that. Let's get into our beef here. Now, I am noticing some fat on this. I am one of those guys that cuts out the fat. But that's just me. But the beef does look nice. It looks nice and tender. Let's give it a try. Not bad at all. Definitely has kind of a metallic taste. Just on the front end, just a slight metallic-y taste of the, obviously from the can. But other than that, very light flavor. I would probably employ a little bit of salt and pepper on this. But the beef is nice and tender. It's just a very simple, like stewed beef. So let's go ahead and switch gears here a little bit, because we've got a lot of protein to go through. And let's try our pear. And like I said earlier, there are 4 pears in that tin. I just, for the sake of the video and not slopping things around too much, I just grabbed 1 pear. There we go. Or 1/2 of a pear. Yep. Very standard pear. Canned pear taste. Not real sweet. Wasn't, cooked all to heck. It definitely, or cooked, sorry, not what I meant. But canned fruit, once it gets in the can for a while, softens up quite a bit. So you still got a little bit of decent texture. Tastes real good. Real good. All right. Let's move on to the pate. I'm going to try this just on the spoon and then a little bit on the cracker there. Very nice. Very nice. Nice meaty taste. Very light, fluffy kind of flavor. Texture. Nice on cracker. So yeah, that's real good. But I'm a fan of pate anyway. So that's real good. Real good. Let's move on to our mackerel here. Just kind of gonna get in and grab a piece. I'm a big fish fan, but canned fish is not always my favorite. Very oily. Obviously it's packed in oil, which is slightly off-putting. When I buy stuff like tuna, I tend to go with packed in water as opposed to oil. There is a slight vinegar taste, but not too much. I think you could definitely use a little salt and pepper just to bring it to life. The fish itself is definitely cooked. It's definitely, pretty firm and it's canned. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's the texture you get from canned fish of any kind. But it's not bad. I would have just preferred it not have been packed in oil. But hey, a lot of canned fish is just packed in oil. So anyway, it's not bad though. It's definitely a nice bit of protein and a different sort of flavor. Let me try this powder. Yeah, no flavor to that. You can smell that sort of citrusy bouquet though. But yeah, it's that basically, it has no extra added flavor, so to speak. So, all right. Well, overall, yeah, I think we've tried everything. So overall, definitely, I would say a pretty well constructed ration. Maybe a bit too much food for me to sit here and want to eat in one sitting. I could easily hold a few of these over and maybe make 2 meals out of this. The beef, pretty decent and tender. You could use some salt and pepper, and I would certainly, in most regular situations, if I wasn't just, having to scarf it down, would probably, be trimming some fat, because I'm just not somebody who likes the texture of fat in my mouth. But it's nice, it's just beef. Would have been really kind of cool if it were beef and potatoes, but regardless, pretty good. The pate is probably my favorite part of this meal. Nice, light, full of flavor. Very good pate. The mackerel, I could actually use it. I'd probably like it a little bit more. I mean, if maybe it had a little bit more vinegar taste, definitely could use some salt and pepper. Would prefer it not overpacked in oil there, but hey, that is what it is. It's fine. But it's a good change of pace. The soup base, I'm not really impressed by. I think it just took on a little bit too much of a packaged flavor, and it would just, weird smell. Tasted very artificial. Not my favorite, but it is okay. I don't want to bash it completely. I like the fact that it thickened a little bit. It's got little crouton-y bread things in there, which is kind of interesting. So not horrible, but not my favorite at all. The pears are very good. Nice touch of fruit. The isotonic powder, maybe you guys can tell me a little bit more on what I'm really supposed to do with that. But regardless, it is what it is. Get a kick of vitamin C. And again, the only thing that I wish this thing had was some sort of bread, like a cracker or wheat snack bread. I mean, I know that that's different, in different countries, but I would almost say if I could have had a bread rasher as opposed to having the soup, I would have made that trade-off in any minute. But anyway, yeah, actually good overall ration. I'm happy that I tried this one. And hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it as I yacked along. So thank you guys very much for stopping by. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate all the subscribers. We get more and more each day. For anybody who's new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe and hit the old bell if you want to get notifications when a new video comes out. I generally try and post a new video every Sunday or Monday. Hit the like button if you enjoyed yourself. Leave a comment if you have something to say. And make sure you're checking the links in the description. There's always stuff in there to take a peek at. And again, thank you very much for stopping by, and we will see you later.